Catherine, the Princess of Wales, has announced her triumphant return. Yes, oh yes, she is planning on attending Trooping the Color tomorrow. And I gotta say, the rest of the world is breathing a sigh of relief after undergoing cancer treatments, which are still ongoing. Catherine is feeling well enough to attend not only Trooping, but probably a sporadic number of royal engagements this summer. And this is such exciting news and a great way to push back against the terrible narratives that have existed since Catherine had announced her, not only her surgery, but later then her cancer diagnosis. And so I know there are a ton of people probably already on the Royal Mile waiting for Her Royal Highness to make an appearance. She will be in a carriage with her children, as King Charles and Queen Camilla will be in their own carriage because he is not riding horseback this year. And so we are going to just look at Catherine's statement. What other things can we glean from it? And just get super excited for the upcoming Trooping tomorrow. But if you guys haven't been to Royal News Network, my name is Brittany. I provide y'all compelling royal commentary. So if you want to hit that subscribe button, I would absolutely love, love, love to have you back. And we will be doing a special live stream tomorrow morning starting at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we can watch. I'd already been planning that, but since Catherine obviously announced that she is coming back, I think everybody is unbelievably excited. We are so excited because Catherine is back. And yes, oh yes, we knew this was coming. And actually fits pretty well with the time frame that I had suggested that she might do a couple of things throughout the summer and really get back to doing maybe full-time royal engagements by the fall. And it seems like my estimation for her time was about spot on. So I am so, so excited to have her back. And I just wanted to give two shout outs here, real quick. One is to my upcoming trip to Germany and the Czech Republic around Christmas time. So if you want to check out the Christmas markets and enjoy some of that festive experience there in Europe and chat about a bunch of royals, see a bunch of royal palaces, we would love to have you. So check out that link up above. And then I also have a relationship with Anna Lucia Diamond. So I have my tennis bracelet, which I already have on, and my stud earrings, which I absolutely love because they make it look like a big diamond, even though they're small diamonds together. And it just makes me so happy. I love sparkle and I love seeing what people wear in terms of all the sparkly jewelry. I have my necklace on here too. So if you're interested in any of that, there's a link up above. And if you use code ROYAL20, you shall save 20%. All right, guys. So as it turns out, when I was getting this news, my dad actually scooped me. My dad's so sweet. He sees some royal stories every once in a while and he sends them to me. And he actually totally scooped me on this story because I was heading out the door to run some errands when it came out that Catherine, yes, was returning. And this is you could call it a soft relaunch because Catherine obviously is still undergoing chemotherapy treatments. And so it will take her a bit of time to get back up to full speed. But this is what she shared on Twitter. And I think it's just an absolutely lovely statement. And it says, I have been blown away by all the kind messages of support and encouragement over the last couple of months. It really has made the world a difference to William and me and has helped us both through some of the harder times. I am making good progress, but as anyone going through chemotherapy will know, there are good days and bad days. On those bad days, you feel weak, tired, and you have to give in to your body resting. But on the good days, when you feel stronger, you want to make the most of feeling well. And I love this statement because this is definitely what cancer patients experience. I've had family members who have had a long-term cancer diagnosis and have been going through treatments. And yes, there are good days and there are bad days. And when there are good days, you really want to capitalize on those good days. So I think we will see Catherine on those good days. I'm sure she's in some sort of cycle of treatment. And so there'll be days where we don't see her, maybe weeks, and then we'll see her every once in a while. Because I feel like to be as public as Catherine is, there's just very different sentiment to what normal people experience going to work and those sorts of things. Because yes, people work and have cancer treatments, but when your whole job is essentially standing in front of a camera, when you're going through treatments like that and you're really feeling poorly, probably not the thing you want to do. And so she continues, my treatment is ongoing and will be for a few more months. On the days I feel well enough, it is a joy to engage with school life, spend personal time on the things that give me energy and positivity, as well as starting to do a little work from home. Again, awesome things. Awesome things. I'm looking forward to attending the King's birthday parade this weekend with my family and hope to join in a few public engagements over the summer, but equally knowing I am not out of the woods yet. So this again gives us a bit of a time frame which we knew was coming. And I think this is just great. Again, about the time I figured something like this would happen, I was still really hoping they would surprise us. I think a surprise would be more fun. But I think as well, letting people know that she is coming back, the slower introduction to royal duties, I think is a great thing. I am learning how to be patient, especially with uncertainty, taking each day as it comes, listening to my body, and allowing myself to take this much needed time to heal. Thank you so much for your continued understanding and all of you who have so bravely shared your stories with me. So, and then we got this wonderful picture of Catherine. This was taken on the grounds of Windsor earlier this week. I think she's looking great. Obviously, it's from a bit of a distance, but it's a great shot. I think it's absolutely lovely, and it's just fantastic to have Catherine back. I'm so excited to have her back. I mean, in a small capacity, this is definitely going to take time, and that's perfectly fine. This is what so many cancer patients experience. And so I think again, I think Grace is exactly what she needs and exactly what she's getting. And we know she will be attending with her children and in a carriage. So when I had posited that she might attend trooping, I imagine just the balcony, just because that is such a short period of time. So, what I anticipate happening, and this is just my guess, is that she will accompany her children in the carriage going to the parade grounds where they do the whole presentation and everything. But she will probably not sit outside and watch. She'll actually probably go inside with the kids. And then when everybody comes back, she'll come back outside and then take the carriage back and then stand for the fly pass. So that is my suggestion of what will happen. I don't know that for sure, but that's kind of where I'm leaning. And that's just because maybe she just doesn't want to sit outside so much. Maybe she's not really feeling all that well that day. So she doesn't want to spend too much time out in the focus of the public eye. But I think obviously she's strong enough to be in the carriage, go down with the carriage, everything like that. Now, I do want to take some time to push back against some negative narratives I see people push. And one of the ones I've seen both on here and on other places too is that this appearance will overshadow King Charles. And I just wanted to address that because I think there's some key things sometimes people are missing because I know where this comes from. This comes from obviously King Charles, or at the time Prince Charles, being very jealous of Diana and all the attention she was getting. And this happened when they were first married and everything. And so it was something that he really struggled with, realizing that she was more popular than he is. And it's it's a male ego thing, all these sorts of things. I don't think Charles has that issue anymore. And I think Charles is smart. And what he knows is that Catherine is the most popular royal within the British monarchy. And he is not, I don't think, threatened by her overshadowing him. I think he understands, like everybody else within the royal family, that this is really a team effort. Yes, Charles leads the charge, but they're a team. And Catherine's popularity can help boost Charles's popularity. I don't think he is frustrated in the slightest by this. I think obviously they did it with his full permission. And I think he is excited that she can come and that they are walking through this journey of cancer together. And so to him, I think to stand out there with her, I would not be surprised if in the balcony appearance, actually, it might even be Charles and Catherine who walk out first. And I had suggested that as a great way to show how Catherine was doing when I just thought maybe we just get a balcony appearance. But I think this time too, he might come out and they might come out together just to show the solidarity, how they've gone through this cancer treatment together. So I think that is perhaps what we will see. But I think at this point in his life, Charles, when he was younger, yes, I think he was deeply insecure by Diana's massive popularity. But I don't think he really struggles with that issue anymore. And part of it is just because he knows his place now. And that might seem kind of harsh, but he is king. So he is not threatened by anybody else because he is the top dog, but he does know he just doesn't generate the headlines that his children do. And I think he's, especially when it comes to the Waleses, I don't think he's happy with Harry and Meghan about it, but I think when it comes to the Waleses, he is perfectly happy with that. He is perfectly happy with that because he sees Catherine and I think he genuinely loves her as a daughter-in-law. And it's been tough to see her, especially being someone so young, going through this journey. And so I think he's not threatened. I think he's encouraged. I think he sees her as an asset, as a team member, as one of the biggest players, the best player on the team in some ways. So he's not going to be there fuming that, oh, Catherine upstaged his birthday. I think he will just be excited that his daughter in law feels well enough to attend an event like this. So I did want to just push back against that because I know that's, it's coming from the whole Diana situation and Charles, but I think Charles has matured, time has passed, and I think he understands that when you're younger, you just tend to be more popular, and that's just how it is. That's just how it is. So he's had a long time to get, I think, kind of used to that. So I think at this point, he's just excited that the mother of his grandchildren is feeling a lot better. Now, when it comes to Harry and Meghan, we don't know what they'll do. They might do something, they might do nothing. It all sort of depends. But they can't overshadow this in any way because Catherine is the person everybody's been looking for. What has been so interesting about this whole Where is Kate situation is that Catherine disappears and the whole world goes nuts. Meghan Markle, if you did not know, has actually been missing for about a month now, and nobody cares because obviously, Megan, of course, could call a paparazzi and get her picture taken and get it placed somewhere, but nobody's really gunning for a picture of Megan. They just don't really care. But when Catherine disappears, the whole world goes absolutely silent. I mean, you could even say when it comes to the Sussex kids, nobody sees them and nobody really cares. And that's because, in part, Harry and Meghan haven't endeared their children to the public at all. So the public's interest in them will wane over time to become essentially almost non existent. They'll be sort of a curiosity, but little more than that. People want to see the wheels as kids. But when it comes to Megan, she can go missing for periods of time. She was missing for months in early 2023 when Harry's book was released and everything. And after the release of their documentary, she was missing for months. And guess what? Nobody cared. Catherine, clearly, though, is the most powerful woman in the world because she goes missing and the world loses its minds. And as I was thinking about this, I was going to do a whole video on it, but I think now with Catherine returning, I may not. But one of the things I realize is that people, especially in the Where's Kate crowd, are going, well, why don't we have a picture of her? Like, we should have a picture of her. Where is she? Like, why don't we get pictures? And they fail to realize is that the whole reason we have any pictures of Catherine at any point is because she's on an official royal engagement. That is when we get pictures, guys. When we she is not doing that, we don't get pictures, and the reason why is that although the paparazzi culture exists in the UK and we get occasional paparazzi pictures, most publications actually in the UK do not publish any of those images that are taken, sometimes by members of the public, sometimes by paparazzi. They don't take them, and that's because there's a gentleman's agreement between the palace and the press on how to treat the royals when they're off duty, and generally when they're off duty, pictures are not taken, they aren't stalked. And so Harry and Meghan's, of course, a whole narrative that they were going to be stalked into infinity. It was just, of course, complete BS. If they had stayed in the UK, that agreement would have stood. And the thing is, because of the relationship Catherine has, I think, with her local community, when you are part of a community like Windsor, people don't really want to take a picture of you and exploit you in the same way that they might want to a celebrity because they have respect for you. You are a member of their community. So they don't feel the need to snap a picture because they respect you and they respect your privacy. That is why we have not seen pictures of Catherine. But the crazies will still say what they say. But I look forward to seeing a lot of red faces as Catherine walks out and the Where is Kate crowd feels rightly shamed for their deplorable behavior over these last 6 months. Catherine is doing well. She's still recovering, but she looks forward to coming back, and I can't wait to see her tomorrow. So, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you very soon. Bye.